Go for it.
All the viewers have missed Yours World, and they will continue to miss it.
You should play Yours World now that OBS started, though. That's good. That's a good reason to start the game of Yours World.
Nah, they don't get to hear it.
From the beginning.
They have to search it up. They have to search up Yours World. It'll add to the confusion. Now, I took, since the boss fight went longer than I thought, naturally, it's more exciting. So, where we left off, once the group was on a grand quest to get a blade from before demon hunters got them, then the group deviated and killed a great evil, and now you are in a new world entirely. You are in the dying earth, which is now dying much faster thanks to certain individuals. So,
John,
you're currently in a maelstrom. We'll use that word. You're in a maelstrom. Lightning strikes from above, many lightning bolts in many different directions. And you see that there's a great sea of deep ones or sea demons beyond the whirlpool that you are in. You see that there's a fleet of these ships that you saw destroyed, somewhat looking like the ships you saw destroyed. They look like flesh abominations now, something that vaguely resembles a ship. And then your boat is currently, with Poseidon's tip rammed into the monster, the mermaid itself. You are all there. Silence, I believe you are holding a shake. Annalith, you are on top of the beast itself, actually getting shit done. And Lexington, you were in a one-on-one duel with Jason himself. You see Jason with...
Silence is on the top of the ship. He climbed up to the top. He's drinking his. He's with a little girl. He's on
You climbed up to the top of the little girl?
Yeah, he's with the cabin.
Oh, and he was throwing milkshakes at us.
Yeah, he went to the top of the cabin with the little girl. He's on the balcony, overlooking everything, drinking milkshake.
So you see everything? You can see the rage in Jason's eyes. His teeth gritted. You see the oldness in his face and the slight gold in his hair. You see that Lexington, his arm has been chopped twice in the same area, relatively. 2 big cuts on his forearm where the glove is attached. The glove that shows face.
Is there anyone around me besides the child?
There is one other person, but they seem to be looking down.
How many milkshakes do I have?
I believe you kept... the little girl lost her milkshake. I think you used all the milkshakes you have.
I remember I ended up taking someone else's because I dropped mine, and I gave myself some, and then I dumped the rest down the mermaid's snout or whatever.
Wait, I'm going to save the day. Garçon, bring me more milkshakes.
I'm sorry. Before you get to do that, Lexington, before you even get to move, you feel the ship shake violently. You glance in the direction of where the fucking wheel is. You notice that there's no one at the wheel. And then you notice it shakes again. Silence, and everyone, the boat starts to tilt. It starts tilting, and you see down deep into the whirlpool. The whirlpool is getting steeper. At the very depths of the whirlpool, you finally get a clear glimpse of Poseidon in his humongous size. He's as huge as a mountain, and the drop itself gives you vertigo. And you don't want to experience that. You feel as if you fell, the water would shred you. You see down there now the fishy creature that has been trying to avoid Poseidon's grasp the whole time. But now it is completely bare and away from the water. You see its slippery legs, how it wears a faint, something looking akin to a skirt, but more luminescent. Its eyes are very clearly luminescent. The white luminescence of the mermaid itself you were trying to kill.
Bioluminescence.
Yeah, bioluminescence. You see, in the brief moment that this woman is finally removed from the sea, Poseidon drives his trident into her chest. You hear the massive thunk reverberating throughout the ship as the woman exhales a breath. Poseidon seems to smile very joyously until he sees there's something wrong with the wound. And you see from the wound colors. Colors burst from the wound, and an image very much like the one I showed you from the telegram is what starts to change in this woman. You see space and the cosmos and flame. As now the whirlpool intensifies, and it is a very steep angle that you are on the boat with.
Where's Beltram?
You see Beltram, his head appears to, he apparently hears something as he starts to scream and grab his head. He's about to fall off. And as for you, Lexington, you notice that Jason, you both pretty much got shook away from each other. You were pretty much jerked violently away from each other. And Jason, realizing what's happening, finally ignored you and went back to helming the ship. He panicked and went through the ship, only glancing back towards you briefly, gritting his teeth in rage.
I want John, when he comes in, to be told this by the DM, because this is the only thing he needs to know about the adventure up until the point he comes in. Okay, Silence, jump over to where he is. Let me know if I'm able to do these things, or if I need to roll. He picks him up, takes a sip on his milkshake. He looks him right dead in the eye and says, "Fix this." And throws him into the eye of the maelstrom. Do I need to roll?
Yes. Go ahead, roll with a mighty deed.
Silence's mighty deed is 1d7. Hold on, 1d7s are weird. That's a 1d7. I rolled a 6. I rolled a 6 plus 7 is 14, plus my strength, which is 3. That's a 17.
A 17?
17.
All right. A 17, everything all together? All right.
All together.
What you say is what happens. You look him in his eyes, and it's a narrow slit, and you vaguely see something resembling a human eye underneath it. But it seems deformed. You see his expression vibrating, and you see him looking through you. He doesn't look at you. There's something blocking his vision before you throw it.
Do not come back here until it's fixed. That's what the last thing he hears as he's flying through the air. Then I go back to then I giggle at Lexington and Jason as they're wrestling on the floor. And I go
actually, back. Jason has already started pretty much running and crawling because the ship is at a 45-degree angle right now. Jason is trying to get to the helm.
Well, I'm yelling out for Garçon. Garçon! Milkshake!
He's below deck right now.
Yeah.
And Lexington, what are you doing?
Lexington starts to make a small portal. He's trying to make a small portal like on top of the whale, particularly where its main eye is.
Make a dexterity check. Both you, Silence, and I think Annalith, you're holding on tight. So you get a roll of dexterity.
Tied to the crawling. Ship.
Okay, then you have to do a roll too. Unless you're actively holding on to something already.
Save.
I'm holding on to the whale.
Reflex. Yeah, that's pretty slippery. So 15. Unless you're holding on to one of the tubes right now.
Well, I'm actively tying them, so yeah.
Did you tie yourself to the tube?
No, I'm not that stupid.
15.
Okay. You got a 15?
19.
The whole ship, it jerks once more, and you see many people that were sailors on the boat jump up and down, and not all of them make it back down. Some of them fall
Wait a
right off the
second.
boat.
No!
What am I supposed to be rolling?
No!
You see maybe out of 12, 2 of them fall off. Another 2.
Is Garcon one of them?
No, Garson is below deck right.
It's not his name. Let's call him Garcon. I can't believe you just said that.
It's Coulson, or yeah, that's pretty much his name, roughly.
Am I supposed to be rolling a d20?
Yes, you're supposed to roll a d20.
Garcon means boy in French.
Aw, man!
So that's his actual name, Coulson. What do you get?
I got a 1.
Yeah, I saw what you got.
Your new dice are
So-
broken in, Madeline. They're broken in.
So, you...
Does that mean I'm gonna be unlucky forever, or does that mean it's gonna
No.
be better?
No.
I think you got all the bad luck out of the way now.
Fine. Yeah. So, Lexington, you were jerked a little bit, but for whatever reason, you're able to stay, on course. You're able to stay where you want to stay. You see, Jason has a little more trouble trying to keep in place, but by then he's already back at the helm. And as for you guys see in the distance, Annalith, everything is calm for a moment. You're like, oh, this is all right. You start to walk normally instead of walk steadily, and then the ground disappears from under you as you are violently jerked upwards. And you see the whale, the mermaid, the shark creature abomination has died, and you guys have harpoons attached to it.
Die!
Wait, dived or died?
Dive. It's diving.
It dove in the water.
Yep. The ship is starting to tip forward now, 45 degree and forward, and it's starting to be brought inwards.
We are fishing.
You see,
we basically hooked the
Is
fish,
this like the
and it's pulling our boat.
Is this like the scene in Pirates of the Caribbean when they fight against Davy Jones? Is that kind of the vibe going on right now?
That's exactly the
I don't
battle
know.
of Stevie Jones. Is exactly what it is. It's also the end of
Yes.
Moby Dick.
Okay.
It's also the end of Moby Dick. There's a maelstrom at the end of Moby Dick.
I never watched that one.
Oh, it's a book, but you can see the movie.
it's a big old book. So now, you notice for a brief moment, Annalith. Well, actually, Annalith, roll a intelligence roll. Because you're the only one close enough to catch this.
Catch what?
I can't tell you unless you roll good.
11.
11?
Wait, no, wait. 13.
With your bonuses. Nice. All right.
Yes.
So, you briefly see that the mermaid itself has changed colors briefly. You see that the luminescent white is now vibrating different colors. All right. You guys now you are being pulled by the mermaid. What do? It has dived and it's pulling you fast. Waters was flashing up at you. But none of the water is tainted water.
Well, Silence is a thinker. So he's looking around, and we got the harpoons. So he figured that if we detach a couple of those harpoons, it might help the ship a little. So he runs over to the nearest rope that has a harpoon on it, and he cuts it. And he cuts with his axe. And
Your axe is a cursed axe, right?
yeah, we don't know the nature of the curse.
All right.
Unless Jonathan told you. It has
You may
never
make an
shown-
attempt.
It has never shown any nature, any way of not working.
You may make an attempt on cutting this rope.
Oh wait, mighty deed.
Hmm?
Deed. 3. And I rolled 3 plus 3 is 6. He has a plus 9 with this fucking thing. Altogether it's a plus 9. Plus 9 plus 3. 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9.
6 plus 9.
15.
15?
Yeah.
When you make the hit, you just only barely cut it in half. You're able to cut it, but it was a very hard cut. You feel reverberations in your axe. You just cut through solid gold. Something that was a gold weave.
He gives a
You
dirty
see
look
once
over He gives a dirty look over to Lexington. He's a
you notice
cocksucker.
that
Fix this. You've had way too long to do it.
Do what?
Kill the goddamn sea creature.
Lexington starts to make a small portal.
all right.
And he's going to try to teleport inside near its heart.
All right.
Now you're finally thinking.
So, silence. You hear a brief scream of a little girl. Behind you, you see her jerk, fall, but the sailor right next to her immediately grabs her and holds on tight to the railing.
You are promoted. You're now come up. First mate, first class, whatever. You're promoted.
As you're saying that, you can tell that he can't hear you, that he's just fucking holding on to dear life on the fucking railing as he's holding the child.
I still say it. I crawl over to Lexington. Kill it, goddammit. If you don't, I will do it.
So, Lexington, do you go through the portal?
Yeah.
All right. You start walking through space and time, and remember, always it requires the focus of your right hand whenever you're doing this.
All right.
As you're doing this, everyone roll a will save.
15.
15?
That's my number today.
That's the number of the day.
Is that a D20?
Yes,
Yeah.
a D20.
Add your will. Look at your. You have saving throws there,
I have 0 for will.
and that's what you got. So roll.
Aren't you? You're a wizard, right?
Add your personality
Yeah.
bonuses. Add your personality bonuses to that roll.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a personality
12.
thing. Okay.
Still 0.
You don't have to roll. You're in space and time.
Me? No, I'm not.
No, not you. Jonathan rolled for no reason. So
I
what
got
did
a
you roll?
12.
Now? You got a 12?
Yeah.
You hear a song. You hear music enter your ears. And you start to reckon, you hear a voice coming into your ears. You were with, you're with Beltran when he encountered that woman, right?
Yes. That was actually the reason why we encountered the woman.
So, you actually hear the songs and you faintly recall you hear her voice. I'm putting in an image roughly of what you're seeing in Telegram. You roughly see this and hear this. You hear like her voice. It's indistinct. It's hard to comprehend, but you pretty much, your vision is filled with her general beauty as you're pretty much being flung from the ship and falling into the water.
I'm a very happily married person. I don't need that.
When you speak, the voice only vaguely connects to her, and then you see her look at you and focus on you and say, "Who is Beltran?"
What?
Who is he? I'm asking you.
Seems like a loaded question.
A loaded one?
I supposedly a wizard.
Supposedly.
I've only known them for a day.
You see her become very amused in her corporeal state. You see like her edges are more like shadows or perhaps flames or smoke. And you start to see her begin to sing as you are disoriented and dazed for effectively a round. Lexington, You're going towards the heart. You step through time and space. You feel a general peace as you go through time and space, and then you walk through into this place filled with flesh. It's huge, massive, and you feel rumbling. I need you to make a reflex roll.
12.
You barely keep yourself standing underneath the flesh and muck, but you hear chittering sounds in the distance, and you hear a massive thump. You hear songs as well, but they're indistinct and they don't reach you. What does reach you is a single word: interloper. You hear the voice of a woman saying such in the distance. You can't quite tell where. Maybe the walls themselves are speaking. The walls of this thing are very fleshy.
Yeah, see. Exactly.
What you can see is a deep red all around you. It looks almost natural in a way, but things are starting to turn unnatural. You're starting to see a lot of web structures that don't look quite right. More thick, it's like a coagulation of spider webs, if you can imagine that. You can see that there are very small, much smaller creatures moving around in here. Not that they could be a threat, but they look very much like spiders, but not quite. They have much bigger heads than spiders, and they have no back. Around you, it's mostly a massive tunnel. It seems like a massive tunnel, but there's multiple pathways. You see something in the distance in this, now it's starting to turn into, well, it's a little luminescent, but it's still a little difficult to see. You can see the luminescent flesh is in there. It's what allows you to see. You see something huge, about the size of a small house, and you see it moving violently. It makes a sound not quite like a normal heart, like a broken down truck. That's what it sounds like.
I should see a doctor.
So, what do you do?
Is the voice coming from that direction?
Use, I believe, we don't have wisdom in this game, so do an intelligence roll.
Alright. Give me a sec. Stats or intelligence.
It appears as if it's coming from the walls themselves. Madeline, what level are you? Probably like 1 or 2, right?
I'm a level 1.
Give yourself a +1 to will. You're supposed to have that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. If you're a wizard, that is. You're not an elf, so you're a wizard, I think.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
Ari. With the A. You forget the age.
Alright,
what do you do, Lexington?
So, is there a way to, like, identify where the heart is, or is that, like, the only thing that I hear that's around here?
You may make another intelligence roll if you want.
Alright. Another 11.
You see that there might be rushing liquid going towards it and coming out of it. You're not sure if rushing liquid coming there means it's a heart or a liver. Or maybe a stomach. You're not sure.
Bladder.
Or a bladder.
So there's nothing that sounds similar to a heartbeat to this thing.
I already said it had a heartbeat. Or what sounds like a heartbeat. It sounds like a broken down truck. That's the sound it's making. It's not like the heartbeats you know.
Towards that thing, then.
It's like a broken down truck. You're going to attempt to attack that thing?
First, I'm going to see what the heck it is, and then I'm going to drop it.
You see that it's within a cavity, and to get inside the cavity, you need to cut through a thin layer of what appears to be maybe skin, some sort of flesh. You can cut through a thin layer to enter the relatively, if you could call it, sterile cavity. It doesn't have any of the other twists and imperfections that the rest of the cavities have. And mind you, this is the size of a house. It is huge.
Okay.
You feel heat emanating from all around you.
Out of game, can you move the portals when you open them?
The portals? Move them?
Yes.
Uh,
He has to try. Never mind.
We'll see.
I think I tried that. It didn't work. I'm not sure. I have to try that.
I'll just repeat the same thing that he got told in the very beginning. The portals will take him, always will return him to Gaia.
You should have read Invincible,
So-
Jonathan. You'd have very, very, very creative things to do with portals.
So
Yeah, let's possibly transport the organ.
while you're thinking, silence, you see that there is that some of the crewmates are being turned into a daze and start walking towards the front of the ship. You see another 2 out of the current 10 crewmates that are up top start walking towards the front in a daze. Mind you, they're stumbling, but they seem to be out of their mind. The song seems to be effective.
Shit, they must be disabled. We're going to play. we're going to play bowling with crew people. So he reaches over, grabs the nearest crew person, and uses him like a bowling ball to knock them down. He's not killing them. He's knocking them down so they don't fall off the ship. Okay, so
you grab the nearest one that's sane, right?
no. Come on, just the nearest one.
I'm just
It
checking.
doesn't matter if he's sane or not. I rolled a 6, mighty deed. Grab the nearest one, and I put him down on the floor on the deck, and I slide him over to that group, and with the intent of knocking as many of them on their ass. I'm not trying to kill them. I'll knock them off the boat. Knock them on their ass.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 6 on my mighty deed.
Okay.
9 plus
So
6
you
is 15 plus 3 is 18.
Nice. So the guy, because I imagine Silence doesn't know too much about ships, the guy that's currently trying to hold the sail together, the guy that's like pulling on the sail, he feels the ground slip from under him as you fucking grab him, put him on the ground, fucking slide him off. The guy doesn't even know what's happening. He's like, what? Huh? Whoa! He screams and spins, and his legs knock out the first guy, who trips backwards and slams his head on the floor. The other guy, he slams his head on this guy's feet, so the other guy slips and he hits his body on the floor and then tumbles to the other edge of the ship. Okay. They're both, one of them is incapacitated. The other one seems to be in a different kind of daze now. And the one that was the bowling ball is currently cradling his skull.
Sorry, Garcon, but I'm trying to save as many lives as possible.
All right. Annalith, you may make another saving throw, a will saving throw.
I actually turned off my light. I can't see crap. I got another 11.
11?
So I got a 12.
You got a 12?
Yeah.
All right. So you feel again this intense wave of thought enter your mind. You can vaguely tell that you're touching the water. You have very thin movement right now, but you can vaguely tell that right now you're being dragged along the ship, and that there is something you are forced to make your way towards the mermaid. However you do this is up to you. So technically, you can haul yourself back on the ship, but you must make your way towards the mermaid.
Where's the mermaid?
The mermaid's at the very front of the ship. You're at the very back.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl up the ship.
All right. So you're doing that. Back to Lexington. You are in front of the thin cavity in front of the what you might think is a heart, or maybe a stomach, or a liver, or a bladder. That is currently thumping a little. It's making a weird sounds. Nothing that you know as a normal heart.
That's very clear. So it's like a figure doing the pumping, right?
It's not doing like any sort of heartbeat that you know. It's doing like a car breaking down. That's the sound it makes. It's like, it's inconsistent and it's weird. You see a massive red, yellowish, and whitish thing in front of you. It's almost in the shape of a circle, but with one prong sticking out of its right side. No, well, one chunk of it sticking out of its right. A circle, except this part here. There's a prong sticking out. What do you do?
Right. I tried to like
John?
Hello.
John?
Yeah.
What?
Managed to get home a little earlier today.
Oh shit, John! Hell yeah! You're actually going to be part of the boss fight. Thank God.
Oh,
All right.
I get the feeling I get the feeling I wish I
I'm
wasn't.
going to start open a portal in front of the what I think is the heart, and start sending it through the portal to what the other side will be the sky.
You try to do this and you immediately feel, you realize that when you're making a portal inside the heart, you start to feel the inside of the heart. You feel the edges of the portal. You start to realize something, that you can sense the edges of the portal. So as you focus on the inside of the heart, you can only feel the inside of the heart, but you can't go beyond that. You can't move past something that's already there, it seems. So you currently have a portal within. Oh my God! There's Uncle's a crocodile. It's amazing. I'm sorry. You realize that you can't. Whatchamacallit? You feel that one portal. When you try to make a second,
making the portal like right next to the heart, so the heart can be sucked into the portal.
You're trying to make a portal next to the heart so it can be sucked in. You make a portal next to the heart, but you notice nothing is quite sucking in. There's no wind sucking it in.
All right.
Make a
In
portal
that case,
on top of the heart. On the heart. Sorry.
Okay, I tried to make the portal at on top of the heart.
Okay. So you make a portal on top of the heart, and you feel the portal, it goes around the veins, as in it cannot go through the veins and sever them. You have a portal above the heart now.
Okay, I'll try to cut the veins then.
You cut which vein? There are veins. There are 3 veins pointing to the right and to the left. There's one vein there's 2 veins going upwards. Which ones do you cut?
The 2 on the top.
The 2 on the top?
Yeah.
You can't reach up there. It's too high.
All right.
Unless you attempt to climb the heart. If it is a heart.
Just stab it repeatedly.
Does it have like a bottom thing that's like holding it from below?
John,
No, you realize that
You never seen Psycho?
the veins are
That's what you do.
the huge. The huge pumps are
Yeah, I'm
holding it.
gonna climb on the top and try to cut the 2 veins.
How you can't get up there normally? Are you going to climb up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my harpoons to try to stab it a bit and climb up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my javelins.
You're using your javelins to stab the heart and start climbing it?
Yes. Oh boy.
So, the second your first harpoon stabs into it, it bursts. And a huge stream of reddish, whitish liquid slams into you.
God damn it.
You take this much damage. 1 damage. Are you still alive?
Well, that's good. You gave it a heart attack. That's freaking awesome.
It's 1 damage. Are you still alive?
Yes.
Yes? All right. You see that the room, what happens is the second you stab it, a massive hole, before you can even realize what's happening, it bursts in your face, snapping your neck backwards and flinging you back to the other edge of the wall. You flail a little bit in the blood that's currently filling the room before you're able to get your senses. The room is filling up extremely fast.
Oh, shit.
What do you do now?
You could teleport to blood.
The heroic
Okay,
sacrifice of Lexington blood.
Lexington, roll an intelligence roll, by the way. Roll another intelligence roll.
A 17.
You hear in the distance something thumping even harder.
This thing has multiple fucking hearts, doesn't it? That's kind of what I figured. In any case, I make a portal to start draining the blood out of the whale.
All right, so you're making a portal you're making a portal in front of you?
I'm making a portal somewhat above the blood that's quickly flooded the room.
Okay, above the blood? The blood starts flooding the room very fast. It is currently waist high. You keep doing it, leaving the portal above you?
Above the blood.
Above the blood?
Yeah. Not in the ceiling, just above it.
The ceiling? If it's the ceiling, you stabbed it. You're currently... Do you mean the floor?
Oh, just above the blood for what it's like. It's flooded the room, right?
Oh, just slightly above the blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see that when you do this, the blood disappears into oblivion. And the room doesn't flood. But you do hear chittering in the distance very, very loudly. Loud chittering.
Shit.
It's got crabs.
I start to rush towards where I hear the other heart.
Make a, you see, like, there's many other cavities, so you'll have to cut through a cavity and climb out of the blood. Make a dex roll.
That's a 4.
You slip on the blood and fall down. You hear the chittering extremely loudly. You don't think you have any more time. What do you do?
Start to try to get out of the room.
You make another attempt to get out of the room?
Yeah.
All right.
It actually, no, wait. Start to create a portal in front of me to go towards the other heart.
Oh, by the way, the moment you realize that the moment you stop focusing on the other portal, and start attempting to leave the room, that portal ceased to exist. The second you stop giving it your concentration, it stops existing. So the room is flooding just a little bit now. So you use another portal?
They go to the other heart.
All right. You go and you appear in a relatively similar cavity next to another thing that's pumping even harder. This sounds like, unlike a broke down truck, this sounds more like if it could be that, more like a planetary industrial vehicle of some sort. It's very deafeningly loud. You cannot hear anything and barely even your own thoughts. You noticed that there was some chittering very loud right next to you. And when you turn to look, you see that the chittering is from something hard to describe. Something with many limbs. Some of them fish-like and some of them humanoid. But you notice they're not pointed towards you, and they're currently running towards a faint heart in the distance. They didn't notice you, and they're running away. What do you... Oh, before we continue with you, silence! Are you there? Silence. You see, coming from the depths of the whirlpool, colorful flames start to burst upwards that appear to be that of the ones that you saw before. There are great flames coming up. And that's to your left, inside the whirlpool. To your right, you see ships of flesh. And they appear to have inhabitants that are inhuman. And they look at you with gleeful smiles. And they are trying to get closer to you so they can board you. Beyond that, you see the Sea of Deep ones, and they seem to be fighting their own battle against these ships. At this point, you notice that Annalith Jekyll has come aboard. Annalith, make another will save.
Wait a second, I'm in the middle of the stitch. Okay. A 7.
A 7?
Yep.
You have failed. Silence, you see that Annalith is in the same daze that those other workers were at, and she is... Are you walking or running toward?
Walking.
You see that she's slowly walking towards the mermaid itself.
Oh, well. Silence turns to the nearest shipmate. Say, you, Garçon, we need to get people manning the cannons. So
you see one of the mans that were working on one of the harpoons? He's like, yes, sir!
Wait, first, detach some of those harpoons. We need to have some space from that creature. And get some people on the cannons. We need to fire cannons at those people. He points at the flesh boats.
What the fuck? The guy screams and he runs off to get some people.
All right. Then he looks over at Annalith and he walks up to him and smacks him across the face. Wake the fuck up!
Annalith, you are free from your daze.
I'm happily married. My character should not fall for lustful Jezebels.
Oh my god.
Alright, Annalith, go back to whatever you were doing, but stop being dazed.
Thank you, Silence. You're a good friend.
Yes. I'll point out to you, he's still got his hat on.
Perfect.
So, Annalith, what do you do?
John is
I look for my bee.
Your bee?
My bee.
All right. You notice that there is there's a buzzing in front of you in the cockpit. There's someone at the wheel. You can see there's someone swearing off. You hear someone swearing a lot, and you hear the buzzing of a bee. You hear someone say, I know how to pilot this ship! Get off my ass! You fucking talking bee! This isn't possible!
I go to my bee.
Wait, does Silence hear this?
Yes.
He runs over. You can hear him too.
You run over and you see it's Jason desperately trying to control the fucking ship. And you see the bee is buzzing right in front of him, trying to tell him something. You just hear buzzing. Jason's like, you see Jason, he looks a little fucked up and he's like, I am probably hallucinating, Silence. I don't think that thing is speaking, but in my head it's speaking. It's not real.
Do I hear the bee? What's it saying?
No, you hear buzzing. Analyst, when you arrive, you hear it saying, You don't know how to drive the ship. Let me drive it. Step away. I've done this before. You're a fool. You're an idiot. Actually, Silence, roll an intelligence check.
6.
6? No, you don't hear it. You think you hear similar chittering from before. Just like every other time you saw the bee talking, you think you've heard that chittering before.
It's just a bee. It's just making bee sounds. I'm sure.
He is not just a bee. He's a special bee.
All right.
So I go over to the bee and I hip check the guy off the steering wheel and I let the bee tell me how to drive the ship.
You're gonna do that, Dan?
Yeah.
I go supervise the cannons. Go help the guys with the cannons.
So you're gonna hip check him like what, you mean like punch him in the hip or like slam your hip into his and move him aside?
I wouldn't say slam. I'd be more like a non-gentle push from hip to hip.
All right, you're gonna have to contest him because he's going ham right now.
I have to do what?
Strength roll.
Oh dear, I think that's in the negatives. Oh, it's in the negatives. 9.
9. His roll is 6. He didn't expect you coming, and you pretty much shove him aside. Roll a dex roll now.
A what? Is that
Dex.
reflex?
No, not reflex. Dex.
There's a dexterity?
You're trying to pilot a ship.
Well, I don't know where dexterity is on my paper.
It's agility on your paper.
Thank you, John. You saved me.
Thank you.
Agility. I think it's all the same thing. It's my fault.
It pretty much is all the same thing, but I do that too.
I got a 10.
You got a 10? You're barely able to fucking keep the ship from fucking jerking from the left to the right. It is immediately noticeable
for me.
the second the boat jerks left and right. The bee says, Great job. I will now guide you how to do this.
We're gonna ratatouille this so well.
The freaking Jason looks at you with eyes full of shock and horror. What are you doing, Annalith? You were just up there killing the thing.
Well, sometimes life brings you in different directions, and you have to be prepared to go in those different directions.
Annalith, have you ever driven a ship before?
No, but I mean, I married someone, and that's similar.
No, you need to get out of the way, Annalith. We're going to... Dex roll.
Oh, crap, not again. 18!
You feel it coming, but as the bee begins to instruct you, the ship, you're barely... Now you're able to somewhat passively keep the boat from shaking too violently. It's still obvious that there's someone else at the helm, but it's shaking. It's not as bad. It's not hopelessly bad.
Yeah.
And Jason stares at the bee. It's like, and Jason looks at the bee. He's like, "How did you know how to do that? That shouldn't. What is this?" Jason
the bee
knows
like, all.
Jason, he pretty much does a face palm. He's like, "All right, fine. You don't kill us all. I'm gonna deal with the cannons.
No
You see that
promises.
Jason is definitely disturbed by all this. Now, to the fun part. Beltran of the Flame. You immediately feel an intense psychic pulse.
Please
slam
describe
in-
what happened to him while he wasn't here.
Oh no, that's what I'm gonna do. You feel an intense psychic pulse slam into your brain. You can't push it away. You feel it crawling into your skin as the whole entire ship tilts to a 45-degree angle. You can see down below, finally you get to look at Poseidon. You're pretty much clutching your head as you're trying to hold back the screaming. You see that Poseidon, Poseidon stabbed straight
Wait,
through
is
this
he even
one.
Here? Make sure, because John sometimes isn't here.
I think he unmuted, right?
No, I'm here.
Okay, just making
No,
sure
he
because you're
unmuted.
so fucking quiet.
I was listening to what he was saying.
So you see the whirlwind, the whirlpool. You see the whirlpool pretty much goes so fast that you can see the bottom, right? And you can see Poseidon down there, and he's the size of a. You could see the goddess that he's fighting, and she's peculiar. She has, she has a awkward beauty to her, but it's clear that she's supposed to be in the water at all times. You see that she has really slick skin that is more fish-like than anything else. Poseidon, the second that they are out of the water, Poseidon rams her through with his trident. You see that he smiles. And then it drops to a frown as he sees that colors start to come from the wound. And the wound transforms the woman into the image that I have sent in the chat. You can also see it. I see that you're inside. I'm not sure if you're in there, but it's also inside the Roll20. I have the image of what she looks like. She looks like space.
I saw the image.
Oh, yeah. So that is what the woman looks like. As this happens, the psychic drone enters your head, and it's much more intense than before. You're pretty much fighting it with all your might. And you feel like you're just about to send it away, then silence grabs you. You hear him screaming words into your ear, and you hear, "You gotta fix this, Beltram. Go fix this. Don't come back till you do." And then you are chucked over the ship before you can even comprehend anything else. You are flying in the air, and you hear a voice in your ear. You hear the woman's voice. Why do you care about their lives? What do they matter to you? This is while you're flying in the sky, and the fall is so far that it feels like a long drop.
It's a raging storm, right?
Yes, it's a raging storm. There's lightning bolts all around you, but at the very bottom, it's basically like an empty crater of no water. And Poseidon and the woman Vara that you met fighting. She is now taken over the position of this god right after Poseidon killed the god goddess. So she spoke to you. What do you do? Do you respond? Do you cast spells? Do you dance in the sky? What do you do, Beltram?
Well, you know what? He starts dancing in the sky. No, he answers back. I wonder that too sometimes as he's falling to his doom.
You hear the voice again. It's like, you don't need to scream. I am with you. I can speak to you now from long distances. We are connected in that way.
Crap. That's all she hears is cry.
Is there a reason you want to protect these people? Do they really matter to you?
Yes.
Why?
Good milkshake.
I haven't had a milkshake yet. Otherwise, yeah, I would use that as an answer. he's as he's falling, he's like, you know what? They matter to me because can I get back to you after I'm not in a life-threatening situation?
You see that she is currently fighting Poseidon. You see like her form turning to mist and flame and colors, and you hear a gentle, cute laughter. Aren't you always in the state of near death? And if we're talking about near death, aren't I fighting a Greek god to the death? It feels like no excuse. What it feels like is you don't have a reason. Why can't we be together? We could take over their world. Wouldn't that be more fun than protecting people that you don't care about? So, as you fall in the sky, that is what you hear. And we go back to Lexington in the heart of the beast.
Beltram realizes
Just to be clear, when I arrived at the frickin' second heart, I hear like a third heart at the distance or something.
No, you heard a heart that seems to be failing. You apparently got really lucky, and the creatures, when they came, they just narrowly missed you, so you didn't encounter them. They're looking away from you, running away from you. They don't know you're there. You still see them moving in the distance, crawling on the walls. You see that their forms are yellowish, greenish, and you see a sharp color of white along their back. It's somewhat arachnoid, but it also has very features. You could see that the head and skull look very lizard-like, but it's not upon a lizard body.
All I'm getting is that one giant crab in that Love, Death, and Robots show. So.
Oh, I'm thinking more like a combination of that one amazing movie you watched, Cloverfield. I'm thinking of Gears of War, that inside of that big heart, that big creature. And then, of course, a combination of a lot of other things.
Okay.
Including cosmic horrors. So, yeah.
All
what do you
right.
do, Lexington?
I prepare a portal to leave, but just before I activate the portal, I prepare to throw a javelin straight at this health yard.
All right. Roll a mighty deed to do that. To throw the heart and exit before it bursts.
Let's go. Is a 6. Mighty deed, and I'm gonna roll. The sect is kept.
Bless you.
That was a cough.
Just making sure.
Does that help you? Oh shit, you rolled a 6 out of 6 for Mighty D.
Yeah.
Nice. Make the roll. Oh my fucking god. That's very close to a crit. So what happens is Lexington, I imagine Lexington regaining his swagger. Lexington, he regains his swagger, no fear in his eyes, nothing. He starts walking towards the heart. He throws the javelin right through the heart and then opens the portal with the same hand he fucking threw the javelin and walks right through as the blood splashes all around the portal, but nothing enters. And you walk through. Before we go to where you're going, we go back
Finally,
to Beltram.
some badass shit from Lexington.
Yeah. So, Beltram, you're still falling down toward the two gods fighting each other, and they're violent and fast, hard to comprehend. What do you say or do? Do you respond to what the woman told you? Or do you do something? John?
Oh, did I unmute?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
you're here.
Elzer, I prefer the the chaotic madness of having them around. Makes things fun sometimes. Other times, a big headache.
You hear her sweet voice again whisper in your ears as if she was right next to you. But what of the people? Why do they matter? They're insignificant to you. Their lives are nothing. They might as well be fake. After all, you don't know them, right?
You're right about that. I don't know any of them, but their lives still matter.
But what of your friends? Don't they kill too? My
Quite
killing
often.
doesn't is bad. Why not choose me instead of them? Come on now. I care about. They do not. Sure, perhaps you have changed just a little against my desires, but I think you'll change for the better now that I've acquired a new royal aura.
A new royal what?
Can't you see? I am a god now. I've just stolen their goddess. Can't you see the flames in the distance? This world is mine. It could be ours. We could go into their world in turn, change it to our own image, whatever that may be.
Greatly appreciate what you're saying, and it makes a lot of sense. But truth is, I don't think taking away other people's ability to choose what they want to do is the right way to do things.
Then will you stop me from doing so? Because I wish to do this. I might just take you with me, whether you like it or not.
And that
You
is completely
see
your choice.
massive, massive flame, the same hydras of flame start to come up from the sea itself, the tainted portions of the sea within the whirlpool. You may continue speaking.
Where are those hydras going?
They're going up and they might be going towards you. And there's many of them.
Um, well,
So tell me, why shouldn't I just take you with me? I think you would enjoy the change of scenery. Getting away from these beings. I've seen just a flash image of mine, the most passionate that you care about, things you care about. I've seen these images and things. We could go find them. We can bring them, and they could be with us as friends.
it is still a choice. For instance, you can choose to take me by force, and I can choose to fight back, or we can all choose to do this together. I choose not to take away people's choices.
Then you will have to make your choice quickly before I take it. For I fear I don't want to lose you just yet. I find you too amusing. You see the hydras start to fly up towards you from the center. What do you do?
All right, just give me one quick minute to check my stats, make sure that they're Oh, yeah, they're outrageously screwed up.
Oh, and Silence, you also see hydras that are really close to you as well. Many of them. Many of these flame-colored, multicolored flame hydras. You can't do anything yet, but just so you're aware.
He does this.
Pass the spell, but could you move on to somebody else? I gotta go help my grandmother really quick.
All right. So Silence, the other ship is about to board. What do you do? Annalith and you, what do you do?
The other ship is about to board
I'm
us.
still steering the ship.
All right, you are steering the ship. Currently, Jason is preparing. Has got many of the cannonballs. They're all the people that are prepared to fire are all on the side, pointing towards the ship, not the hydras.
Are the hydras coming for us?
They haven't come for you yet. They're just starting to raise into the sky, and they're just dancing in the sky right now. You feel that they might start coming for you.
What are they made of?
Flame. The same that you saw wipe out that entire city.
Analyst.
Silence. Roll an intelligence roll.
So, critical fail. Roll 1.
You think that they're going to attack very, 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 very soon.
Who's going to attack them?
And you don't notice anything else other than that.
The boat or the hydras?
What?
The boat or the
Hydras. You think the hydras are going to attack very, very, very soon. That's what the one has gotten.
And those boats are coming at us, right?
The boats are about to ram into you. There is one boat about to ram into you, and there's 3 more behind that. They're trying to get into distance.
Analyst, how good are you at sailing? How much faith you got?
Well,
Silence. You
the
hear
bee
chittering.
is steering me right.
You hear chittering. You hear the chittering of the bee. You hear the bee swear you off. You hear the bee swear you off and then return to normal chittering.
That means they're
I
really
tell
good,
him
right?
Mr. B doesn't like your words.
I look at the hydras. How many are there?
You see about 6 hydras next to you, and then maybe all around you, there are many more. Perhaps 30 around at least the rim that you're swimming along. So you're constantly passing, like, there's like hydras that are constantly spinning with you.
Analyst, sail into
There's
the
sticks
hydras.
within range.
Sail into the hydras.
I must first consider this with my secretary. And
Sail
I look
into
to the
them,
bee and see what he says.
So the boat behind us can follow us into the hydras. The hydras will kill the boat. You tell me you're good. You will avoid touching those hydras. Get that boat to follow us into the hydras.
The bee's like, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. I will show you how to do it. We're gonna do it together.
I'm gonna have faith
The bee
in
jumps
you
on
guys.
your head.
I'm gonna have faith in you guys. All right.
The bee jumps on your head, and you have a +4 to sailing.
Nice.
Into the hydras, but do not touch them. You want to get that boat to
How
follow us
that
into the
bee
hydras.
knows how to sail.
This is
We'll
basically
never
a Han
know.
Solo move, man. Empire Strikes Back Han Solo move. When he flies into the asteroids to make the Empire follow him. We're doing the same shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll follow along with this suggestion.
All right. So, you may make your dexterity roll with your normal bonuses and then +4.
Silence makes peace with his god.
I have a 19.
19. Yes, you make it. You don't know how or why, but the bee completely understands it, and you are able to bob and weave through the flames. The flames,
Nice.
The boat, before it properly rams, it goes behind and it does hit one of these things. You see the flames burst over it and slow it down significantly. One of the boats has been slowed down to quite significantly. The rest of them have not been. The rest of them are trying to catch up. You see the Hydra that had gone through seems irritated and starts moving and dancing towards you.
At the boats.
You have 2 boats that are within range of cannoning. One that will reach you soon and one that won't. The other one was about to board you, but now he's much further back.
The one that will reach us soon, of course.
Yep. All right.
We're trying to maneuver them into the Hydras.
Yep. You guys are currently dancing between Hydras. I have made the roll, which is a fucking high-ass roll. You fire the cannons at this boat, and you do heavy damage. The boat is heavily damaged, and chunks of flesh have flown off, but you realize that it's not guided by wind. So it's not slowed down. It's just damaged. Before we continue, Beltran, you fall out of the sky and many flame hydras come up to destroy you or to capture you. What do you do? Below you, you see the vast expanse of the whirlpool. You see the god and the goddess fighting. This is the first time you've ever seen Poseidon. His glory is quite shocking.
Well, so first off, I'm going to use... and how far is the deity he's fighting?
Very, very far away. It's very far away. You can assume it's beyond the grasp of any normal spell. By the time you get close enough, you're about to die.
Gotcha. Well, the flame hydras are coming at me, so I'm going to cast color spray.
All right.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse it.
Oh shit!
Wait, what?
Finally.
I believe it is a D16 instead for the reversal.
John.
Are you fine with it? Are you ready? It's with a D16.
No, I'm not ready, but let's do this.
All right.
Wait. What does reversing it mean?
You can reverse any spell in DCC. If you have Fireball, you can do Ice Ball. If you have Color Spray,
Fireball, not only Ice Ball, you can turn the ball into a bowl of poison, mist, or like
he is creating an absence of color. So
yeah,
this is what you should have done for.
Oh man, I could have done cool stuff.
Yeah, no, you can do the opposite of anything. Like if you're creating a creature, you can destroy a creature.
And depending on what the DM allows you, if you describe it in a certain way, they sometimes let it go through. And
yeah, no, go ahead and make your roll.
And the moral of
I did. Altogether, it's a 14.
14?
John, burn some fucking luck sometimes, man. Holy shit.
John, for this one occasion, I'll let you burn luck if you want to. For this one occasion, I will let you do it.
What happens if you... Well, screw it. You know what? I'll burn luck.
If you want to burn luck, you have the choice to do this.
John, this is a final battle. We're going to get luck at the end of it. You can burn a little luck.
This is when you
burn all together.
What are you burning?
22. It's 22 altogether. I'm burning 8 luck. So pretty much I'm dumping all of it into one shot.
All right. Now shit gets exciting. 22. All right. So you see from your hands, you reach your hands out and you call forth a negative color, something that is not color, the absence of color. And you
Magenta.
see that you summon the void itself, blackness, piercing that you cannot see through, and it dives into the hydras as they come towards you. You see that there were 9 hydras coming, but it infects easily. First it touches 3, but it infects the rest because of its nature. The nature of it infects all of them, and you, instead of hearing a musical voice in your ear, you hear the sound of screeching pain. And you hear her say, "Why?" Before the connection is cut off and you are sailing from the sky, falling straight down. You feel no connection to her right now.
Well, you have my second face cast fly, if that's possible.
Yes, it is.
217. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you the color spray page.
Oh no, I found it already.
Okay.
I went straight to that page while you were busy doing the other thing.
Wow!
Guys, you're in the
Straight
presence.
roll was a 19.
For flying?
Thank you, roller. The app for once gives me a high roll.
See, this
wait,
is what
hold on.
happens when you start doing good shit. The dice they follow you.
Yeah.
It's 24 altogether.
Excellent.
What page is for flying?
Page 217.
Thank you. I was struggling to find it.
You're in the presence of the two most powerful gods in Greek mythology in the universe. Invoke them when you need them. Okay? As long as you're going to do something epic, invoke them.
You see that, by the way, you also see that a number of other hydras, they are coming towards you as you cast fly. Before you get another moment to speak, you see golden arrows fly down, and they destroy them. You see a chariot, a man on a golden chariot pass right by, and he seems to have a smug look on his face as he passes by. He keeps flying his chariot, and what Silence completely missed is what you see. You see the very image of Apollo as he flies through the battlefield, beginning to rain golden arrows. Now, you got, what, 23?
Yes.
You can fly at a speed of 90 feet round. 1d6 for, hold on, let me roll this. No, that fell off. Oh, shit. 7, 8, 9. 11 fucking hours you can roll at, you fly at 90 feet.
John turned into fucking Neo.
So, what do you do?
Is there... Okay. So now that I'm shooting around like a bullet, is there... Like, what are the rest of the creatures doing? Is there anyone else that I can attack?
You are currently deep within the whirlpool. You see very high above is where everyone else is. Down below, you see many other hydras trying to form. And some of them are being shot by Apollo's arrows. But there are still many that are still rushing towards you. They're not close enough to you. You can still move.
Okay. Where are they forming from? They're forming from the other deity, right?
You notice, no, not the other deity. You see that they're forming from the tainted water itself.
And the tainted water is still giving off all those different colors?
Yes. Also, you notice that the deity below you, after what you did, then she shivers again in pain and agony. You see that she clutches somewhere close to her own heart as her face convulses and moves. Lexington, we'll come back to you in a second. We'll come back to you in a second. Lexington, where do you go now?
I was planning to teleport on top of the ship.
You appear back on top of the ship, and the rain cleanses the water from your body. What do you see that there are hydras, or there flame hydras around you?
What the hell did
and
you
that
do?
they are.
Am I close by?
Yeah, you pretty much see him like a badass walk straight out of a fucking portal.
What the hell?
You see him covered
Like
in blood.
blood and fish guts over me.
Oh, he actually did
Yeah,
something. I look overboard and I look down at the creature fighting Poseidon. What's it doing?
You see her convulsing. You see that her movements are more sluggish.
She's still
And you
alive,
hear a
right? So
whine.
she's still alive.
You also see that inside the portal, deep down there, that there's a golden figure moving around, and at the very center of the portal, something is floating. And it looks like that he just fired some sort of black thing out of his hands
All right,
that
it looks
destroyed
like
many of the
Beltram is
Hydra.
also kicking some ass. So Silence looks over at the sea creature. What is it? The mermaid. What's it doing?
The mermaid?
Yeah.
The mermaid?
Yeah, Lexington wants to figure out if he did something to the damn thing.
Looking at the mermaid.
The mermaid is undulating violently, making the ship twist and turn.
Lexington is
It
still
looks
alive.
like
You got its heart, didn't you?
I got both its hearts.
I look at it. Does it have a head? A discernible head?
you can see that there is something like a head because it is briefly poking out its face. That it is showing a bit of its head, yes.
I smile. Lexington, do the same thing to his brain.
Lexington goes near one of the cannons. They're checks if it's loaded. Like puts in.
When you walk towards the cannons, just to clarify, the cannons are all currently firing. So you walk up to one that just reloaded them. They're all currently firing.
Walk up to one that just reloaded. Open a portal right in front of it. Try to aim the portal towards the brain, and then fire the cannon.
All right. You fire the cannon through the portal. A minute passes and nothing.
Damn it. And make the border go closer, and I try to go into where the supposed brain of the creature is.
You go through the portal?
Yeah.
All right. As you're going through space and time, as that's happening, Beltram, what do you do up in
Wait, hold on.
your
Let's make things
location?
fun. Let's make things fun. I walk up to him, and as he's going into the portal, I put my hand on his shoulder and follow him in. Go ahead, back to Beltram.
All right. Before we show you guys what's at the brain, Beltram, what are you doing right now, floating up above, all around this maelstrom?
I'm going to make my way over to the taint.
The taint?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean the water?
Yep.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's filtered everywhere, dude.
Oh.
It's mixed in with the normal water. There's some patches that are normal and some patches that are not. It's everywhere.
Okay. So this time I'm going to spell burn.
All right.
And I'm going to do the same spell.
All right.
And okay, let's just do the spell burn. Hopefully this turns out well.
All right. What are you spell burning at?
Hold on. Let me get to my wrong stats. Those are old stats.
What spell are you spell burning, John?
I think it's color spray again. The opposite.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember, John, you can cut off pieces of yourself. Things like that.
What was that?
Yeah, remember, it doesn't have to be just luck. You can cut off pieces of yourself. You can cut yourself. And like that.
Well, I was going to dip into my stamina. Because I have, like...
Do a human sacrifice or some shit. Grab it. I don't know. Do something brutal.
Yeah.
So, hold on. 10.
You could cut off your second head.
That would require a lot of effort, dude. That's a fucking head.
You shove a fucking knife right into the second head's brain. I sacrificed my brother!
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna be able to fucking find the spell if you guys keep this shit.
Oh, hold on. Color spray is 135.
You found it. Continue, John.
Sorry. So he's gonna color spray. He's gonna reverse the color spray into the taint itself.
All right. You go straight up to the water, Bear in mind, it's spinning very fast. Are you following it as it moves very fast? So you're basically swimming along the waves.
Well, I'm flying above them.
You want to get closer or no? Because it's spinning around you.
It's a maelstrom, like a tidal wave.
Yeah, it's a whirlpool, man.
Yeah, can I fire into the taint? Can I fire the spell into?
Straight into the taint? Yes.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh wow. Okay. 24. So with the 10 points that I burned from agility, 7 points I burned from agility.
All right.
12 plus 14. So that's 26.
26. All right. Let's take a look. Nice. All right. You ready for the result?
Yeah.
All right. From your fingers again, as you raise them forward, you took from stamina?
Agility.
Agility?
Mm-hmm.
You feel immediately as you decide to give this part of yourself, you see blackness dancing on your skin, and you feel a sharp, intense pain as something that you will never get back was ripped from you. You feel it. You feel the pain, and it wakes you up. You see the blackness. You see your body is thinner now. You don't feel like you can move like you would be able to move again, but you're flying, so it doesn't matter. It all culminates into your hand as the hand starts to dance with the darkness. You can't see through the darkness. It's intense. It seems to be dancing around your hands just like that flame did. But it seems to have a much more sinister purpose, for it doesn't care about creation or twisting, but destruction. You fire it straight into the taint. You see a blast of black chaos, 40 feet flying in front of you straight into the taint, into the tainted colored water. It dances on the water, and then the color touches the water. It touches the color in the water, and then twists it back into what it once was. The color is changing. You see that. Well, it's not changing it to what it once was. It's changing to something colorless. But the color is disappearing. You see that for a brief moment, the water stays black, and then what you imagine is Poseidon's energy takes over the water again and changes it back to what it was. You see that it is slowly changing everything into a dark color. So within a minute, a good small region is black and changing and currently eating, much like termites eat wood, it's eating the color. And you hear the screech. Make a will save. John.
Yep. Making a will save.
You mean after all the shit John's gone through, he still has to make real saves? John is a cosmic horror.
Oh no, this isn't like, dude, this is the creature trying to enter his mind again.
Here we go. Will.
Yeah, you should have.
So. Okay. 10.
10. You feel it entering your mind again, but your vision is still your own. Why? I can't let you do this. I won't let you do this. You hear her voice twisting and shaping. You will stop. You are currently being forced to stay right where you are. But none of the hydras are coming towards you. That's where you're stuck for right now. You pretty much, you're trying to move your body. You're stuck in this position. Now, Analyth, you saw them walk through the portal. You saw both of them walk through the portal, and you saw Silence and his big grin, which is what I'm imagining. You're driving the boat. Give me another agility check. Remember, sorry, not just agility check, ship driving check. That comes with the +4.
Okay, let me find my dice.
He also
Always
gave
have them
Atlas a
dice.
thumbs up as he went into the portal.
They're by my feet. I'm crocheting. Give me a minute. I got a 6.
Thank you for doing that. The ship now violently jerks to one side as a. Let me see something real quick. Roll. You very luckily do not hit the boat with the Hydra. Well, you don't hit the part of the boat that's most populated with one of the Hydras, but you do skim through a Hydra. And you see the flames touching the boat and slowing down the boat just a little bit. It hit the left side of the boat, which doesn't have people. The right side of the boat had all the people. What do? Do you keep piloting?
What does the bee say?
You're doing a great job. Just stay focused. Don't let anything else distract you. I know.
I listen to the bee.
Milkshake was good. We'll have another. I'll have another. And we'll kill something. We'll kill this thing. Take its flesh. Dance on its grave.
That sounds like a fun party. I listen to the bee.
So as you listen to the bee, Silence and Lexington, you walk through the void. And you feel, again, as you walk through the void, there's like an intense peace. It's like a gentle peace as you walk through space itself, space and time.
It's like we're in the Bahamas.
You then appear in a place that isn't so gentle and kind to your eyes. It actually actively assails your eyes as you're trying to comprehend what you see in front of you. You see something moving and undulating. You see, like, as if the brain itself is moving. Both of you, intelligence rolls.
3.
All right. You don't know nothing. You think that's the brain. Lexington, you know that's not the brain. That thing is covered in bugs.
It's a giant
The brain is
jello
covered in the
mold.
bugs. The brain is entirely covered in bugs. You can tell. It's covered in them.
That thing is covered head to toe with things that I do not understand. They're the things, Silence, that are inside this thing's body. They're like spiders.
When he points it out, Silence, you're able to comprehend it.
Little bugs. And what are they doing?
They're currently dancing pretty much all, maybe with no pattern or some such, but they're all dancing around what is, you imagine, the brain. Again, it looks nothing like a brain that you would know, but it seems to have sparks and lightning jumping from it.
All right, can we reach out to one of the bugs and pull it off?
You are currently at a distance, so you're not close enough. There's a lot of bugs there.
Like bugs on the floor? Or
on the brain. There are a few on the floor. You are currently, just to paint the picture, you are on what could be described as a platform. There's a thin layer of flesh in front of you. Then there is a slope drop-off. There's a slope drop-off, and then there is what you imagine is the brain and all these bugs. You're currently in what could be described as a hallway looking through a window into a room. But again, that's not what it is. It's all flesh.
All right, I pull out one of my spears, and I aim at one of the bugs, and I throw it.
Do you aim it at the bugs that are on the brain itself?
One of the ones on the floor.
All right.
I'm gonna do a mighty deed to
go ahead.
To spirit. Motherfucker. 4. And
4?
No, that's my mighty deed. Fuck, the shit rolls now. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 3. 11.
What's the roll?
11 with one of my javelins.
You narrowly miss, and you hit the flesh on the floor. It does notice you. It twitches, and it clicks its head. You see its head looks very similar to that of a reptile, but it's not quite right. Its head is similar to a reptile, but its body is arachnoid. And chunks of it have reptilian features, but it's mostly arachnoid. You see its head twitch, and then it twitches sideways and looks you right in the eye.
How big is it?
It's about as big as you, but thinner, much thinner. It's big as you in the sense of its height. Width, it's about as wide as you would be if you were laying down on the floor.
I go. I motion for it to come to us.
You hear it start chittering and clicking and louder and louder. And you see that the other ones that are on the floor, which amounts to about five of them start moving their way towards you, with this one at the front.
All right, Lex.
What do you do?
What do you think of this?
I've been avoiding them this whole time, so I don't know. They're guarding the two hearts.
This thing, I think this creature was sick.
What do you mean, like, there was something wrong with it?
Okay, these parasites probably fuck with the heart and they fuck with the brain. So this thing is sick. So let's kill 4 of them and keep one and interrogate it. Hey, he rushes for them. Initiative. He's gonna go initiative. I mean, when you tell us.
All right.
Pulls out his axe.
Guys, roll initiative. We'll do the original 1d20 initiative. I think last game I did the 1d6 initiative. Did I do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's supposed to. 1d6 is Lion and Dragon.
Yeah.
So initiative would be. He's got
1d20 with agility and your initiative bonus.
+1, yeah.
Which I believe warriors get a bonus per their level.
Yeah, 5. So I got an extra 5, 18.
Nice.
Altogether it's 18.
Mm.
I got a 9.
All right. And then these creatures. Wow, that's fucking low. They got a 5.
So Silence rushes up to the first one, takes his axe, and slams it into its brain. Basically, he's trying to lodge it into that shit in his head.
All right.
And he's using a deed to do that. So that's there we go. No, failed the deed. So it's 2 plus his usual bonuses. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 25.
What?
25.
25?
Yeah, 25. Not a crit.
All right. Do damage.
I haven't hit anything with an axe in a while.
I believe it's a 1d12 for an axe.
13 damage, which is low.
How much?
13, which is low for silence.
It's dead. You slam your axe into it, and your attempt to lodge it in its head only flew right through it and split most of it in half. Mighty deed failed, right?
Never mind. It turns and he does like a backhanded slash into the next one. He aims to chop off his head. This when he rolled a 4 on his deed. Oh, he has a 1d14 for these. For his attack. So it's a 10 plus 4 plus 9, 10, 11, 23. And that does
23?
That does that's good. The hits, of course, is 23.
Damage?
That does 17 damage.
15?
17.
You're able to chop through its skull pretty easily.
So that's 2 dead.
Then they chop its head off. You do chop off its shoulders too, as well as its head.
How many
Shoulders are peeking up.
How many of them?
3 left.
Okay. That's it.
3 left.
I'm done. You're up, Lexington.
Alright. I went through with my axe as well.
Keep one of them alive, Lexington.
Aim to use a mighty deed to try to swing at both of them at the same time.
Alright. You roll the 4, so technically it goes. Your bonus is much higher than that. It's 1 plus the 4. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 13. And that's not even counting your attack roll. I mean, your bonuses to attack. What's your level, Jonathan?
A bunch of bonuses to attack.
My
You have a bunch of bonuses from
Your bonuses to attack. Yeah, you need to add your bonuses to attack. Your
I
level
like
plus
plus
your No, you did not. You added a +1. Jonathan, you add your deed die to your attack roll and your level.
For the deed die, I added the attack bonus.
Your attack bonus. What level are you, Jonathan? You should have
your attack bonus plus your strength plus your deed die.
Your level, right? You add your level to the attack. The weapon from the
You're like level 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm 3.
So there you go. There's a 3 plus your strength bonus plus your deed die plus any bonuses from the weapon and any other attack bonuses you may have gotten from elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Weapon doesn't have bonuses.
I have a +9 before I freaking do my deed.
I need to go to Lexington's character sheet so I can just roll.
Whatever, do it for now.
Okay. Let's see.
Jonathan's always
okay, you get it. Okay. So that's another +4. So technically you should have made that because you have you're level 3. So 4 plus fucking 4.
Level 3 only gives me a bonus on initiative.
No, that's your level, asshole. Your level to your attack.
Warriors add the level to attack, Jonathan.
I thought you added level to attack. Was I wrong?
Right, you're right.
I'm right?
Only a bonus to initiative. Where does it add to the attack?
Dude, it adds to the attack. We're not going to go fucking searching now for fucking 2 hours DCC looking for add to an attack.
Okay, well, let's say you hit it, okay?
There's an attack
roll for
bonus,
damage.
there's your strength bonus, then there's a deed, and then there's a bonus from your weapon.
Hmm.
It doesn't have a bonus.
Let's just say you hit.
What'd you roll, Jonathan?
Make your roll.
Make me search through the book now.
Make your damage roll. 1d8 damage. Wait, are you using an axe? You have no shield, right?
No.
It's just that I don't think you've ever had a shield. So yeah, so 1d12 for that. Okay, so that's plus
8 all together.
Plus 8. You narrowly kill.
Including the mighty deed.
All right. You narrowly kill 2 of them. Narrowly, very narrowly. The second one required 2 or 3 more swipes. 1 more is alive. The last one was focusing on you, Silence. He attacks you. You see 6 of its claws moving in to hit you. It rolled at 20. Does that hit?
That hits. 20's going to hit it. Almost anyone.
It's not a natural 20. It's a 16.
Mm-hmm. Well, 20 hits. My armor class is 19.
All right.
Silence is ridiculous, dude.
All right. So,
he just does ridiculous
it's now going to... It's going to do its damage. And that is 5.
Okay.
It's done 5 damage to you. What happens is pretty much a number of claws all reach and lunge at you all at once.
I was just like, that stung, you fuck. Does he go?
It's your turn again, yes.
This is the last
You,
one,
you
right?
hear it chittering. Yes, the last one, you hear it chittering as it's trying to reassess where to attack you.
All right. I don't want to kill this one.
All right.
He leaps at it, grabs it by the head, slams his head into the ground with his hands. Okay? And then to try to stun it. Okay? And then he's going to hold it down. He wants to ask us some questions. So that's a deed. So he rolls a 2 for the fucking deed. So, yeah, roll garbage. 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 3 plus 6 is, that's like a 13. 13.
13, you narrowly get your hands around its throat, but you're not able to slam it down. You do have it around your hands as a grapple.
All right. So now he's going to slam it because he has a second attack. He's going to take a second attack. I should have some bonuses because I'm already holding it. So
Yes.
So first he's going to roll a deed. Now that's a roll. That's a 4. Same fucking roll. So 4, 9
It's a
plus
+4.
plus.
You get a +4 from having a grapple.
That's plus 10. 9 plus 19. Slam
19?
Yeah.
You slam it on the ground, and do you want to do damage? Again, with your hand, which is like a 1d4?
He wants to question it. He wants to put it down. Just put enough pain to it. Yeah, heard it with my strength bonus. He wants to do a +3.
Okay. You damage it, but not enough for its throat to start caving in. You notice that it does cause strain to it. It starts twitching its body, but at no point does it try to attack you while it's twitching its body.
Can you
see
talk, creature?
You see its eyes chittering, and it's looking right at you as you speak.
Can
you see its eyes bounce. You hear it chitter as you speak.
It chitters.
You feel a low drone, something tickling your mind, very faintly.
That feels pretty good. I felt that in college after eating some mushrooms once.
You hear the chittering again, and more of that low drone touches your mind. Do you let it enter your mind?
Lexington, this thing is trying to go into my head. Should I let it? It probably wants to talk to me. Or should I rip its head off? Never mind. Go ahead. I let it go a little.
All right. All right.
There's still some resistance.
Roll.
Trust magic.
All right. Do you want to? Okay, we're gonna make a will save to see just how much control you have.
A lot. 19.
19. You let it in just as much as you want to let it in. And you notice that once it realizes how much mental control you have, it doesn't make any attempts to go further. You have a feeling it might have, though. Otherwise.
Show me what you're
hear
doing.
The will of the goddess. She is dying. Her idol is dying. We do what we can, interloper. Why do you kill our goddess? She has been tainted. Our goddess, is she slain? Tell us. We do not know.
Not
we
yet.
Feel.
You want to save it? Who is your goddess? What's her name?
She is Saphria, the deep, goddess of the ocean, of all that is deep and beautiful, the cities underneath. But we feel a different dance of her mind. Is our goddess gone?
No, she's still
our home changes.
You want to try and save her, you're going to have to start working with me. I got 2 gods outside, Zeus and Poseidon, and they're going to kill her. So maybe if she can stop fighting and pull back and try talking to them or something.
We can't speak to her. Not here. We must go deeper into the... He says something, but it doesn't make sense. It garbles in your brain. If we go there, we can speak directly to the goddess. But We've tried in this field. Can you help us, our goddess?
I can try. Show me the way.
The psychic link remains intact with you, Silence. And Lexington, you feel a slight tingling in your brain as well as something attempts to enter. You allow it.
I turn to Lexington. Let them talk to you, Lexington. They're not, well.
After he hears Silence say that, he tries to feel out what it is.
You feel the equivalent of like the moment when you out of nowhere have deja vu. That's pretty much what we have. It's a very weird feeling. And then you hear the sounds of this thing. Follow. I lead. Our goddess needs help. We must save her. The deaths of a few mean nothing to the goddess. Come. It starts moving with great speed down a different hole.
Alright. Let's try seeing where this goes.
We follow. Well, Silence follows.
Alright.
Listen, Lexington. The least we could do is find new customers. Let's go.
So you guys go deeper and deeper, and you see that there's luminescence within the creature that allows you to keep seeing, which is what it's allowed you to see at the brain. It leads you deep into this one room that doesn't make much sense to your eyes. You may make an intelligence roll to try to make sense of it, both of you.
17.
What do you get?
17.
Lexington, you can't comprehend it. Silence, the only thing you can compare it to is a server. But it doesn't look like a server. It's the only thing that's comparable to your mind. As you see these beings connecting here and there, is what you can describe it, but they're really melding into the wall. Lexington, you can't understand it. This looks fucking horrible.
Lexington.
Your mind is probably going to reel back
after.
After
PlayStation 5 right there. You know what that is?
No play idea. Is it a common thing?
Yeah, that's a server. That right there's a modem. That's a... I have become one with the cosmic.
Oh, is it a Commodore thing? Probably a Commodore.
Exactly.
It's
so.
I not know that. I care not to though.
So I go to our bug friend. All right, bug friend, what do we need to do to stop all this shit and save the universe?
You see the bug is interacting with one bug, and it appears to be very... 1 second, I got a phone call.
You can take a break, bathroom break. It's 9 o'clock anyway.
Yeah, bathroom break, everybody. Thing I'll say before we continue, before we leave you guys off, your bug friend, you notice him going over to what Silence can identify as something like a console, and a bug is hooked into it. The bug is dead when he pulls out his friend. You hear the bug making mourning sounds, which you're able to identify as mourning sounds.
They're mourning.
Now,
Lexington. That means they ain't all that bad, man. We gotta.
You see
one thing I like to do, Lexington, is recruit. We're keeping the goddamn mermaid.
So
you finally got your mermaid.
Oh my god. Speaking of the devil, we go over to you, Beltram. You are suspended up in the sky. Make another will save.
Okay. Oh, crap.
What do you
All
roll?
right. Will saves. Gotta have the will saves.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't know how you get so low on these will saves. What are your bonuses?
I'm gonna go over my bonus. So I don't think I updated it yet.
You should have a fairly high bonus, like your your bonus from the level, whatever the level bonus was, which probably like 2, 1. and then your intelligence. Anyhow, so you feel the psychic drone again, and you hear her voice, beautiful yet strange. Why do you do this? We could easily take everything that could be of any worth. We could even have our own Dante.
Sorry to interrupt, but look on screen. Who took the chair when I got up?
Dante,
That's
such a
me.
good boy. What a good boy. Dante, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Dante. I'm
Dante, look at the screen, Dante.
I've saved this.
He said, no, it is witchcraft. I will not look at it.
Dante, you're a good boy. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so precious. You need,
Yeah.
God damn it, Uncle. You need to get a higher quality camera so I can see Dante in 4K. I need Dante in 4K.
Oh my goodness.
This is an old computer.
Mm.
I'm not gonna spend $600 on a stupid computer that I barely ever use. Only use it.
So precious. He's so precious. It's only for Dante. It's only for Dante. Okay. But I'm going to try to stay focused despite, this amazing image of Dante. So. We could take over everything. She speaks. Anything in the world could be yours. What of the dream you had of that one witch? I could find her for you. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't she just be attached to you?
Not if you don't want me to. I can stop myself.
As interesting as that would be, in truth, everybody's allowed to choose. I kept hesitating in the hopes that one, you might actually decide to just be thankful for what you have and, whoops, starting to channel a different character. Just be thankful for what you have and enjoy your life. Instead, you're like, I want more.
Isn't that the nature of what most humans are? You want more than you can take.
A werewolf.
Daddy did.
A little bit, yeah.
That is the nature of a human. You want more than you can take. You always want more, but I know what I can take. I can taste it in the winds, despite everything facing against me. I deceived you at first, I'll admit this. But you seemed all too hesitant, too malleable. I want you to be more, so we can take everything. Don't you see, Beltram?
Yeah, where you come from, and truthfully, I'm good. I don't want any more.
You see that the conversation takes all of her effort as nothing else happens for that little round. Analyst! Another ship is about to ram into the ship. Make a roll!
Yeah, I just turned off my light. Okay. What am I rolling for?
You're rolling for ship fairing. That's a +4 to your agility. Well, your agility bonus, and then your, the +4 for the beam.
I got a 12.
That's good enough for me. You're able to steer away from the other ship, but not actively damage it. You have more time before you're able to hit it. This gives this gives Jason another chance to fire another volley. They damage the ship that's closest to you. And let me see. They destroy it. There's one more ship, but there's others in the distance. You see that others in the distance are also being shot by golden arrows. You see golden arrows flying, like flicks of gold in the distance when you glance in that direction. If you actually try to look up, you can see a golden chariot in the distance. You see it riding across the sky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, We'll go back to Beltram because I don't see the other two. So, Beltram, another will save.
I'm here, by the way. It's just giving Dante space.
14.
Oh. You break your grasp on her connection. You can only hear her faintly as she try. You hear more of the same. Her trying to convince you. What do you do?
You had a chance to do something different. You made your choice. I made my choice. Bye-bye. Quick question. How much of the tainted water is still up?
You, within the whirlpool, you could see that 30% of the void of the blackness has taken over most of it. So it's about it's about 1/3 of the black water, a third of the Poseidon, the pure water, and 1/3 of the colors water. That's within the whirlpool.
Okay. How much is the colored water still depleting?
Yes. You see that Grim's influence over the darkness is clear, and it's able to overtake and turn it back to normal. So it's really more Poseidon than the dark one.
Gotcha.
In the Black Seas.
Okay. So, I mean, at the rate it's going, I don't really have to do much anymore, do I? Well, what do you think?
You don't know.
I mean, oh shit, that was a stupid question. Actually, could I roll intel to see if? Trying to figure out what I want to do, and coming up empty. Hold on. All right, you know what?
You notice something in the distance. You see that the mermaid is starting to undulate violently. It's twisting and turning. It appears to be perhaps in the process of dying and sinking.
Ooh. How much flight time do I have left?
You have literally like 11 hours, dude. You have as much flight time as you fucking want.
I'm gonna try and cast again.
What are you casting?
I'm reversing color spray to you know. Okay. So 19. All right, so I rolled a 16 out of a D16, and with my bonuses, 21.
21. Shit, nice. All right. You see again the black flesh. You see darkness coming from the pores of your skin, all coming out into your hands. Where are you focusing this?
Into the colored water.
You fire more into the colored water. It continues to cure the taint, but you don't see too much of a difference. It is something, but not much of a difference. You see hydras coming from the colored water and beginning to make their way to you.
Oh shit. Do I still have my move action?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna put some distance between me and the hydras.
All right, you're going up?
Yeah.
All right. You make your way up, and you'll be up in a second. Back to Silence and Lexington. You feel the whale itself jump up and down a few times. The bugs don't seem to notice, but you do. You hear the bug speaking. This one is dead. Safari, our goddess. Did she kill him? No, not possible. This is a connection to her, to speak to her. Can you speak to her?
I push Lexington forward. Go ahead. You're the politician.
I take a look at what he's referred to. Is the thing like the headset thing? Does that have like
no, it's not a headset. You can't comprehend it for anything else. You can only imagine stepping inside of it and figuring it out then.
I tried to step inside.
You see the bug look at you, and the bug looks at you with what you imagine are googly dog eyes. You don't perceive this before meeting them, but now it seems that you see the googly dog eyes as it looks at you. It's like, please, save our goddess. Speak to her. Change her mind.
I tried to figure out what the heck is in front of me.
You try to figure out what the heck's in front of you? Like what you need to do to get inside?
Yeah.
You notice that the other bug he sat inside and was slotted inside. Do you just sit inside?
I sit inside.
You feel flesh attached to you and to your head, and now your vision turns black into a blank space, and then you see color. You see the very image that John was looking at. And also, if you go to the Telegram, you can see another image that's more concise to what is going on right now. Let's see, I could put it in the Games of the Gods. I could put it in the other thing right now, if you want. See this. So you basically see a very beautiful, dark-haired woman who seems to be one with space and time. And she looks at you with raw confusion. You. Her voice is beautiful and rings in your ears. Who are you?
I am Lexington Ashfeld. I've been sent here by Poseidon, mostly to kill the witch.
Yes.
However, the people in the wheel have.
Dang it, you're lagging a bit. Can you repeat that?
However,
Tyler, are you using Lagramancy?
John,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
However, the people inside the wheel have convinced me to save you.
Oh my!
Before I do that, can I understand what is the situation at this moment?
You see the smile in her face, and she seems saddened. You know, I could kill you in a moment, but I'd rather not do that. You seem interesting. The goddess is dead, but would you hear me out instead?
And who are you?
I am a being from beyond, summoned here in this place in this time when I thought I was lost. I tried to convince a great wizard to join me, but it seems
It's a good
he
thing it's
has
you
no
talking
favor.
to him because Silence would have killed her. This would have attacked him pulled away. Silence supposed to help the goddess, not that thing. Good luck.
I was known once by people long ago as Vita Venator, or Vera, the Life Hunter. A vile name, I'd say. But it's what I was given to what was it? The Romans long ago? They spoke Latin, I believe. At least that's the last contact I had with your kind. You. I imagine you're not quite as selfless, are you? You know what you're speaking to, don't you?
Haven't a clue.
Well,
I can only assume the wizard you're talking about is Beltram.
Yes.
You know what he is?
I have a faint idea.
I know exactly what he is.
Would you like to
I've
share?
been trying to bring him to the very place where he can die. Do you know that he can't die?
She then laughs, a cute and sweet laugh. And then she keeps chuckling for a while before she controls herself. You've brought him to the perfect place. Now I won't kill him, I like him. But I doubt these gods will be so lenient. He brought me here.
Yes, he tends to do that. This would be like the second time something like this has happened.
You are still talking to me. You're not afraid. You know what I can do. So what do you want? What can I offer you? You know the power I wield. I currently am a god. What do you want?
I want to regain a lost legacy that I was once denied. However, seem to gain that legacy if the wizard, you say, keeps on threatening the world. How about this?
world.
You take the wizard far, far away.
Well,
and if fate make it by chance, I shall help you with a task.
She smiles a beautiful, ethereal smile. Where I had the power to take him, oh, would I? I'm very fond.
Let me make it another way. Go away from the gods. Stop messing with them. I'll deliver him to you. Just make sure that whatever you take him, it is away from any sort of possibility where he could end the world.
She smiles a very pretty smile. I like the way you deal. I suppose you don't know how much power you wield in this conversation. For the battle is already won. You don't quite realize it, I suppose, but you're in something.
This battle may be won. Entire wars. There is a king in my land that is angered me so.
She looks you directly in the eye, and she laughs sweetly again, clearly amused. Oh, I have forgotten the joy of small, forgive me, mortal affairs. I think I will help you. You amuse me ever so greatly. You will find me somewhere in the stars like just look close enough. You might just find me. You might want to leave before you die in that.
I tried to leave after she says that.
The second she says that, the connection drops abruptly. You immediately wake up and you feel the body undulating more.
So what happened?
Goddess is dead. That colored thing that our wizard created killed her.
You see the bugs, when you say this, they panic and they go insane. They all completely go insane. They seem to not notice you at all anymore. Even the one you're talking to. The one that you're talking to is starting to scrape his head violently. And you imagine it's something like a cry. The mind link is completely severed.
Workers.
No, Bob, wake up! I try to reach him.
Try to do a charisma roll. Are you trying to the psychic link is gone? You have to do a charisma roll to try to wake him up.
Charisma in this game. I rolled a 13. It's personality.
Personality. 13?
Yeah. I'm like, Bob, listen to me, Bob. Don't go, Bob. Don't go into the light.
You see what you call Bob. You see him basically He looks you in the eye. He forces a psychic link into your. Do you allow it?
Yeah.
She's dead. There is no meaning. Flee. Flee. God is gone.
I send him a psychic message as well. And I show him the vast universe that I have seen before. I show him Grindex. I show him all the things that Silence has been through. And then I let him know about franchising and how him and his army of bugs can help us take the franchise of milkshakes throughout the universe. He doesn't have to give up. Okay? He comes back
I
with
need
us.
you.
Lexington will open a portal so him and his bugs can come back with us and we can create a franchise.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I need you to make the will save roll of your life if you want this to work. You gotta overpower his insane psychic ramblings.
May I somehow add Mighty Deed?
Unfortunately for this one, no. You may burn luck if it matters so
He holds
much.
it up at the end of his speech. At the end of his mental image of franchising.
Oh, are you doing a battle chant? That sounds like a Mighty Deed that Ryan Drake's done.
Battle chant is to sell milkshakes.
Yeah, do it. Fine, Mighty Deed, you convinced me.
A 6! A 6! Plus 2
Nice.
for my will, plus 1 for my personality is a plus 3, 3 plus 6, 6 plus 9! Critical failure! I don't know what! Motherfucker, those poor bugs, I tried.
Those bugs see the vast expanse of everything you show them, and for some reason, it's not quite what you wanted them to see. They just see you mating with everything. But that's what they see. For some reason, your mind wanders into mating. They see every time you bang something, and they go even more insane. They're like, why? What does this have to do with anything?
Oh, wait.
God is dead. There's no meaning in mating.
And then one of Silas's eyebrows goes up. He said, wait, you're a female, Bob?
So, you feel as...
Jonathan's the only one who got it. Wait,
nice.
So, as all of... So, we'll go back to Analyth for a moment. Analyth, you feel... You pretty much... The ship, you feel it sinking. You feel you feel the ship dipping forward. And you see everyone's getting away from the other things. They're getting away from the cannons, and they're moving towards the harpoons, and they're trying to unlatch all of them now. The creature is sinking. While this is happening, Lexington and Silence, you feel increasing pressure around you. Because fun fact, science, you will always feel the pressure of the water when you're deep underwater.
Wait, Lexington, before you teleport us out, I gotta have sex with this bug. Hold on.
So Silence, you get another chance to make another attempt. Okay. You have more time, but you're falling deeper and deeper every second.
He's like, listen, Bob. Grindex is a beautiful place. We can make it great again. Okay? We can make Grindex great again if you just come with me. All right? Wait,
you may make another roll. Oh my god.
I don't know if I like the direction this is going.
The Silence bangs everything.
He's banged uglier things in this. Wait, hold on. I gotta do the...
That's hilarious. Wait, are you a female?
3 plus 2, 5. 17. It's okay. It's not super high, but...
What'd you get?
17.
17 works.
Oh, shit.
With
Bob.
This one.
Bob. Give me your hand, Bob.
You see that... this horrific chitin creature, it does give you its hand, and you see its googly eyes, and it's like, you want me to bring the others? You want me?
Yes, open the portal, Lexington. We got an army of giant bugs.
Open the portal.
To sell the milkshakes.
All right, so they start going through the portal. Lexington, do you go through the portal?
Pretty much, but like slowly enough for where everyone could get in the portal.
All right. Lexington, you start to feel extreme pressure. Silence, have you gone through the portal yet?
Yeah. He went
Lexington,
about
you start to
half
feel...
of the bugs have gone through. He's
Okay. You don't know what half the amount of bugs is. You just see a constant filling.
Okay,
endless.
it's like, have I seen the last
realizes endless. He gets tired. He goes in. That's pretty much what he does.
Okay.
It's endless. You don't see any end.
Okay,
Maybe 100 or 200 have gone through.
Any of the bugs, I am screaming.
They're coming to the boat. They're gonna be selling our milkshakes.
Oh my goodness.
If I see a bunch of bugs coming out of the portal, I start screaming.
So Lexington, you start walking through the portal, and you realize that everyone's in this line, and they're kind of all, there's like a great space, and everyone's out in space, and they're all walking. And for some reason, there's a great line, but as you walk, you move past and further across the line, as if you were sprinting, as if you were in a fucking car. You pretty much drive past everyone in the line. You can slow down as you walk. Like, pretty much every step you take, you pass by, like, let's say that 300 of these bugs made it through. Every step you pass by 50 of them. So eventually you catch up with Silence within no time at all. And you're there.
During this act of epic heroism, this is a good time to play your. No, later. Take over the whole thing.
So, Silence, you pretty much see Lexington zip over to you. Lexington, do you stop for Silence?
Yep.
What the fuck?
All right, Silence, you walk with him?
Yeah, okay. But where's Bob?
So, the being that you know as Bob walks with you, and it speaks. I am known as Sahara. Not Bob.
Wait, say that again because you broke up. Sahara, not Bob.
Sahara.
Sahara, not Bob. All right, Sahara, not Bob. Are you male or female?
You notice that when it speaks, that the translation to the bug tone is literally chittering sound. So you're feeling that the translation is literally just a random name inside your head.
Okay.
That there's no actual bug translation for that.
All right, very good. Sahara, not Bob. So he goes, are you male or female?
It then speaks again. Was it not obvious? Female.
We're going to talk after this.
May she rest in peace.
He has banged every race that exists, just so you know. He has kids everywhere. They're all hunting him because he's a deadbeat dad, just so you know.
Does have kids everywhere.
He's banged every race.
A harpy owl once.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's definitely banged humans.
Mm-hmm.
He has at least 3 daughters somewhere else.
So, Lexington, you walk through the portal, and you see Jason look at you, and he smiles. He's like, he's proud of you, smiles. And then he sees the bugs. He's like, ah! Jumps backwards and falls back. As the bugs come out, you see everyone on board screaming. He's like, no!
I totally imagine the bugs from the Dark Crystal coming out of the fucking... You know what they look like, Tyler? Coming out of the portal.
I'm kind of imagining some sort of horrible twist of like the bugs from what was it, Starship Troopers, except smaller, with different heads and bodies.
Have you seen the
That's kind of like I'm imagining those legs.
Have you seen the one from the Dark Crystal?
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen the Dark Crystal? Oh, we gotta watch it with you.
No, I've not. No.
I'm kind of imagining the things from Men in Black.
Men in Black? Okay, yeah, something like that. Like some cross between that.
They're like 8 foot wide, 8 foot long, so they're big.
Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, they look like Legion, Jonathan, from Gamera. That's what they look like. That's what they remind me of.
They're very creepy.
I'm sorry. How big are the bugs in this game?
8 foot wide, 8 foot long.
They're silent.
Oh, I'm definitely screaming.
They're silent. He saved their entire race. It's a whole bunch of them. It's not like 3. The ship is gonna be covered.
Yeah, so the bugs, they find their ways on the walls And you notice that the bugs find very great comfort in being underwater. So a good chunk of them, they go underneath the ship, and they're just underneath the ship, and they are apparently repairing damage underneath there.
Oh, excellent. And I'm pretty sure they're going to scare everything else away from us.
Everyone on the ship is freaking the fuck out. They're jumping away, but the bugs don't attack them.
No, people, this
So
is
they're-
Bob. Sahara, not Bob. He is a friend.
Jason pulls out his sword and tries to fucking slash them, but he keeps missing. He's like,
No, Jason.
and then he looks at
Jason. No, Jason. These are our friends. They're going to save the day with us. They're gonna sell the milkshakes, man.
He has somehow convinced them that it joined him in his crusade of making milkshakes.
Yes, and we're gonna use them to defeat all the bad guys. But unfortunately, the mermaid's fucked. We tried to save her.
if you haven't noticed, the mermaid is directly correlated with the god's life.
Yeah, the mermaid's fucked.
So
I think Lexington killed it, but we're gonna shut up and not say that.
So you see Jason look at you guys, and he sees that there's sanity in your eyes, bugs, and his mind reels back looking at them. He's like,
No, hey, Jason, look at me. And I put a milkshake in his hand and put.
You don't have one. I'm sorry. You drank yours.
All right, garçon, pay me a milkshake.
He's currently the actual call son is downstairs.
Let me explain it like this. Apparently, the Mermaid was a ship of its own kind. Bugs are its crew.
Lexington, I think now that you're in daylight, you're starting to process what you're seeing. You get a madness. Yep. Analyth, you get a madness.
A what?
A madness. We're gonna go to Call of Cthulhu and find us a madness. Everyone here that isn't.
He's a madness. The silence is already completely insane. There's nothing else you can add to him.
Yeah, he's already a lizard.
I'm sorry. I just saw a whole bunch of bugs come out of a portal. I think that will definitely give me more than one.
No, that's gonna give you one madness. You get just one madness. It could be extremely irrational.
They're character traits.
So
they don't really hurt you. They're character traits.
Yeah. Well, until they do, but
Yeah, until they do, but
still.
That's part of RPing.
You see the water's starting to calm down, and you see the storm starting to calm down, and before you guys are able to turn your vision over to the gods that are around you, you are forcibly put into a sea. Everything's black all around you. You recognize the sea. You remember when Ares put you on a boat.
Oh, we're back home.
Then, in front of you, what you see is different. Finally, I thought I'd never get to this part. Let me get to this part. Okay. So, Red takes over, and you are taken to a realm of fire and combat. The first thing you see is the great gauntlet of Ares, clad in gold. You pretty much are, most of you, pretty much the core group of the party. You guys, let's see, Analyth, Lexington, and Beltram. You were all brought there. You felt the boat enter a different presence, and then you were moved, and you're on solid ground. He laughs joyously, his armor more glorious than words, and you can tell it's masculine magnificence. With the proper awakening of all the gods, now war should truly run rampant. Strife consume the world, and I shall reap its benefits. He laughs again. You see this great man on a throne, a great dark red throne. How should I reward? You see his smile, but you can't see his eyes in the darkness of the helmet. Then, before any of you can properly react,
You're gonna get
You
loot, guys.
see-
Get the loot.
You see a silver arrow.
Did you
The
say silver
single-
arrow?
You don't quite understand the significance of that. You see a silver arrow lands next to Ares. Through a crack in reality, two trees appear, then bursting through with infinite incandescent beauty and powerful deep fury, a goddess steps through.
Dude,
Her perfect figure
Look away!
only
Look away, dude! Don't look at her!
her perfect
Silence,
figure
Tina?
only hidden her perfect figure only hidden by her silver and golden short yet highly tight woven robes. Ares laughs while she enters, clearly amused by her anger. A bow of gold and silver shines. She pulls 4 more arrows from the quiver, holding 1 arrow in between each of her fingers. In horrifically quick succession, she fires all 4 arrows, forcing Ares, his laughter, to stop. Before Ares can make another move after standing, she is upon him, and has 4 more arrows knocked back. Her voice is ice cold as she speaks. 1 for your empty skull, the rest to make you a pincushion. Then we'll use your pitiful body as target practice for my amusement until the end of time itself. Ares stands stiff, with his glowing red eyes staring at his sister. She speaks again. You knew where father was, where our uncle was. You knew how to bring them back, yet you did not. Why? Then Ares, he himself speaks. Doesn't matter, they are here now. Father would not likely forgive you for slaying. Oh, will he? She pulls back the arrow further. I am his favorite. Beautiful yet grave eyes look back down at the rest of you. D, roll a will check to not stare.
I'm married.
Oh, I think. Oh no!
Wait,
Turn
Athena
fucking
or
away!
Artemis?
Turn fucking away!
The bow and arrow is Artemis, but is this Athena or Artemis?
Ty, how many of us have to make the will save?
All of you.
I'm not
Oh,
there, right?
crap.
Huh?
You told me I wasn't there.
No, Beltram's there.
Yeah, Beltram, I'm not there. Silence isn't there, right?
Silence, you're there.
Oh, I'm there.
That's pathetic.
Yes, you are. You were brought here, of course.
Okay, so
13.
Did I
Look
forget to say your
away!
name?
Look away!
wait. So silence is rolling to do what? Look away?
To not stare at her.
To not
That
stare.
look.
Yeah.
To that stare.
Silence is looking back and forth for them. He's deliberately watching the gods do their thing. Well, he hangs up.
All right. So you're not gawking at her then?
No, I'm not gawking at her. He's looking at both gods equally. He's just watching a fight. He doesn't gawk at her. He's not really interested.
Honestly, I can believe Silence doing that.
Yeah. There's no need to-
Annalith, what did you roll?
11.
Beltran, what did you roll?
7.
She looks
Yeah.
at you and then looks at Beltran with disgust and then kind of looks at you, kind of like thinking that you're cute. And then
Who?
looks at the
Silence?
rest. Beltran.
Oh,
She looks at Beltran like he's a little cute. And then looks at the rest of you. She looks at the rest of you, but only a glancing look, because no one is actually properly staring. And then Lexington, which is properly staring. She gives you a fierce flash of rage before her face becomes mellow. Your beloved minions, give them to me. Ares then snaps. What? Give me your minions and allow me to slay these pitiful men who have worshipped you, but not me. Ares laughs. Laughs again, sitting back on his throne. You cannot kill them, for Zeus himself has given them not only a task, but a favor. Do these strangers even know my name? Do any of you know her name?
I know her
Silence.
name.
Well, I remind you that Silence worships the Greek gods. He should know her.
You may
Can I
make it. You
guess?
may, Annalith, because you're from the same world, you may make a roll to see if you know her name.
But I do know her name.
Not your character.
That's kind of the hiccup. Our
Do
characters
I
need to know.
do intelligence then?
Yes, intelligence. So do you, Jonathan.
17.
All right, you may speak her name if you want.
13.
So do you. Everyone, you know her name too. John, do you know her name?
Do I? Oh,
It's your cat, John.
hold on. Let me make the roll.
It's your cat, John.
No, he
Yeah,
critically
make a
failed.
You have no idea, so you stay silent. So does everyone else say her name?
What
He
asked?
just
What did she
panicked.
ask again? She asked us to say her name?
Yeah. Do they even know my name?
Ty?
Well, I'm looking at her.
Hardly.
What does she look like?
She has beautiful red hair and silver ethereal clothing, and she clearly has the bow of Artemis.
Okay. That's
Ty?
Ares right there, and that's Artemis.
And John, what were you saying?
Yeah, no. He sees her look at him, and he sees who else is there, and he just panics. He throws himself down on his knees
When
and
you
head
do
down
this,
to the ground.
when you do this, Artemis, you hear a slight chuckle. Why does the dog play like that? Weird dog. Well, at the very least, they're somewhat pious. They know my name.
By the way, Silence is sitting down. He's sitting down like an Indian
Oh,
style.
that's right. I keep
He's
forgetting.
loving this. He's got a big smile on his face. He can't wait to see what happens next.
Very well. They shall do a task for me. That way I won't kill you, nor will I tell Hades you have been hoarding his souls. You will also grant me another boon. Her eyes glance over all of you, and then she stares at Annalith in disgust.
Oh.
What is this? Who forced you to wear a man's body? You tell me who, young lady, and I will wipe them from the face of existence.
Oh, I already did.
So you did. My dear, I shall fix. Forevermore, consider me your goddess. She waves her hand over, and your original form has been restored. You are now.
Wait, what about my husband?
His body has been burned away.
No!
God!
No,
like-
I didn't possess his body for no reason.
Oh, rejoice,
that
my
definitely
dear.
turned into a Greek tragedy.
You no longer have to wear a filthy man's body.
Well,
Oh, what you've had to deal with.
Analyst, don't worry about it. He points at Beltram. That's like Hades' dog, so we can get him to take us down to Hades, and we can find your husband. Don't worry about it. But shouldn't interrupt Artemis. It's all right. You go on.
Artemis looks at you with casual amusement. Oh, don't you worry about the dog, my little lizard. He has his own tasks. Oh, I want to see my father as he does it. I don't want to miss this. Oh, but before I go, she looks down at you with now again her joyous mood completely ceased. You will kill the king of Theron's and all of his children along with him. Then you will take the one daughter from that wretched land of Thorin and bring her back to Vangaroth, where she will properly praise me.
Wait. Kill Theron. King Theron.
Therion.
Okay. Then Thorin's daughter.
Yes, the daughter of Therion. The king of Therion. His name is Thorin. Sorry.
Okay, so kill him, kidnap his daughter, and bring her to where?
Vangaroth, where she will properly praise me. Then you will build a shrine to me and a statue of pure silver, and then I shall take my child up with me to the altar, a perfect altar that my temple should have. No discrepancies, naturally.
You see,
Any foul
Alex
marks?
is just in the background, touching her face and clutching her wedding rings to her chest.
Beltram, you see this? These are called tasks. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry, he has his own. Now, as I was saying, interrupt me no more. Any foul marks or lazy craftsmanship will be taken as a direct insult to me. You will make my shrine. Fail this, and Zeus's favor or not, you shall die. She wastes no more time and leaves. With no further speech, she leaves in a smoldering fury goes through the trees and the leaves, and all that disappears. Ares begins laughing again, as if he enjoyed the whole thing. Truly an age of strife. He sits back on his throne. I have a gift for you. For you. In this I cannot offer wisdom, or many trinkets. But I can offer what Spartans had in all. Do you wish the strength to defeat your enemy, or the power to withstand them?
Well, who's he talking to?
He looks at all of you, but he doesn't look quite at Silence.
The silence kind of has both.
He's not talking to Silence. He's talking to you guys.
Yeah. He's looking at all of you.
I'm actually his worshiper, so he'll talk.
Can I please have a better explanation of what that will entail?
Probably armor or weapons. It's Ares.
To withstand.
The power to withstand. Ah! He looks at you, and an arrow is shot into your chest. The arrow then molds into gold. You see that your skin has a thin gold fiber on it now as the arrow twists into your skin. You now have +2 armor. +2 AC.
Does that mean my skin's golden?
That means if your armor is removed, you have a fucking chance. The rest of you? Come now, I can see those muscles. Despite how frail you are now, you need strength, dog.
Yes, I do.
A dog bites your arm, and when it releases your arm, for some reason there's more blood in your veins than there was before. Your burned stamina is restored by 2. Whatever you spell burned is restored by 2, and you gain 2 strength.
Nice.
You choose where the 2 restored slots go, but you gain 2 strength. Now you. Come now. Daughter of all, what do you desire? Strength.
I kind of would like power. Please?
You see a woman walk over to you and stab you in the chest. After you were stabbed, the silver from her blade leaves in your chest and your skin is woven in silver. You get +2 armor. Bear in mind, these are, whenever you are attacked, they're not lethal cuts. They're never cutting your heart. And then Ares, he smiles even wider, looking at Silence. We cannot forget the most devout of them all. One could say you brought all of this to being, Silence.
Probably.
And I'm rather upset that someone has played a joke on you. My worshipper.
Beltram, what did you do, Beltram?
His eyes widen. Wait, why me?
Approach the throne.
Silence slaps Beltram in the back of the head. No, don't do that. He walks up to the.
Wasn't me. I was taken over by some crazy lady who wanted to color the whole world.
They wanted to play a joke on you, so I shall play a joke on them. Hand me your axe, and I will show you what a curse truly is.
He humbly hands over the axe.
The axe turns, it gains a new edge to it, and it's engulfed in flames. And then it tempers and it changes within his hands as he begins to hand it back to you.
Silence takes it.
This axe, one was playing a game with you. Now they can no play the game, for you're the hunter now. You now have +5 to resist mind control with this on.
Okay.
And what was the original bonus?
+3.
It was 3. It is now +2. It is increased by 2.
Silence bows deeply. My thank you, Lord Ares. I have just to point out to you that I've also recruited to our cause of bringing war, chaos, and milkshakes to the universe an entire race of giant bugs. I will train them to bring war, chaos, destruction, and milkshakes to the whole universe. In your name.
You will bring me one of these milkshakes, Silence. I've seen it in the battle.
Immediately.
You will...
Vanilla? Want vanilla?
Don't worry. You'll have time soon enough after you speak to my father.
Gulp.
He laughs and sits back in his chair, and you feel that there is another gateway behind all of you. It seems to be beckoning you. It seems that beyond the gateway there are clouds.
Oh, look, it looks like heaven. Let's go.
Damn, I don't want to be anywhere near Zeus.
Are the clouds gentle and soft, or are they thunderous?
They're soft. You feel gentle peace as you step on the clouds.
He's in a good mood.
All of you, +4 to luck.
Oh, wow,
You've just
nice.
stepped on Olympus.
Nice. I got a lot of luck. I better use it.
So, before you, you see steps leading up to it appears to be multiple thrones, each one in a different place, one higher than the other, and one highest above all. And they're looking down upon you as you are in this great plain area. And you notice that Ares has quickly made himself available here. And he seems greatly amused. You see all of the gods here. And you see Artemis extremely amused as well. You see Poseidon glowing with joy and happiness. You see, out of all of them, he seems to be the most excited. Zeus seems to be fairly neutral. Just a gentle smile on his face. You all have done well. I welcome you to Olympus for this brief moment. Now, there is a task I will put upon you. I will ask you to do this task. You are to bring back the temples. You are to remind the world of the Greek gods, of the true gods. This world is tainted by other shadows, other dreams. This must be fixed. There are many taints in this world. We are going to amend them. Do you have any questions?
Nope. Lexington, Beltram, Analyst.
Where do we find this Tempest?
They are old and dilapidated. Lexington, Asheville. But if you cannot find them, you must. This is a new age of heroes. As you saw, Jason has returned. Many others that were heroes from yore are now among you. This is an age that is different. One may call it the Sword Age. Everyone must get their just deserts and pay the price for their sins, their discrepancies, their crimes. You see his eyes slowly turn to Beltram, even with the best of intentions. One must pay. Do you understand? He's looking right at you, Beltram.
Yep.
Silence does this.
Even with the best.
He moves away
A
from
cry is a cry. If you understand what Hercules has once done, then you understand what you must once do. But first, you must return. You see lightning crack up, and you see time slow down, Beltram. He's about to hurl a lightning at you.
He just takes it to his knees and waits for it.
You hear a gentle singing, gentle sounds. You hear, like, it doesn't seem bad. You see the lightning coming towards you, and before it hits you, you see a face that you faintly recognize. And someone hugs you and grabs you. It's been too long, my friend. Guardian of Hades, come now. Don't take any offense. This is only the quickest way back home. You look at someone, and you feel some flash of something like memory coming forth. Someone that you knew well. His name rings into mind. You look at Thanatos. Come now, dear friend. Don't look so grim. He is the king of the gods. He did what he... Come now. Your father awaits. Hades awaits you. Come now, my... Come. He pretty much takes your hand and he guides you. And as you fly through Olympus and through everything, you go into the depths to meet Hades. And that's where that's where we're gonna leave it.
And he's a smear.
Why did you take away my husband?
He's a black smear to the rest of us.
I'm sorry, but you met Artemis. If you read any Artemis story, like, if she wasn't so preoccupied, she would have killed Lexington. And if Beltram wasn't a dog, she would have killed Beltram right there.
And to the rest of us, Beltram looks like a smear on the ground, right? On the floor of Olympus.
Oh no, Beltram doesn't. He just disappeared. He pretty much dust, gone.
Like, he disappeared.
No, I was hoping for something a little more dramatic for the big reveal or whatever, or, dying before or something, but no, you just gotta take away my fun and my husband's body.
Dude, you met Artemis. If you met any other god, they would ask, is that intentional? Would you like us to fix that? Artemis doesn't care. She sees a man and she's disgusted.
XP?
He hates men.
How much XP?
4 XP, because that was all legal. Every bit of it. You all did great.
Wow.
Everyone did great this game. You may choose an MVP.
Oh my word, now I have to find a new character because, oh man.
John.
What are you talking about?
John is my MVP.
Okay, Jonathan, who's your MVP?
Let's see. It says he actually did something this time.
Dick.
All right, John, who's your MVP?
Jonathan, for
Daniel?
selling out my character again.
Madeline, who's your MVP?
John.
John, you get an extra 1 XP.
Cool.
Technically, there was a little more I wanted to, but that's
that's in Line of Dragon, dude. Here we give 4.
Oh, 4 XP. Thank you for reminding me. John, you get an extra 4 XP.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next game. I mean, if we continue, next game is where you can technically. You see what I mean? Why it'd be hard to switch from silence to fucking Drozelax.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that axe allows you to hunt the that was hunting. If you didn't get that already.
I got it.
Yeah, it was already a +3 axe. I didn't want to make it too OP, but
I'm trying to see where the fuck I wrote my XP.
There we go. That's the game. Hell yeah.
Game time. I'm gonna post it in a minute.
No.
John, you survived. Sort of.
Yeah, you did.
Sort of.
My poor husband is going to be forgotten.
You might, if you want to get mad at freaking Artemis, feel free, dude. Just good luck.
We can get your
She's the
husband.
one.
We're gonna go to Hades now. We'll get him from Hades.
Do you know how hard it is to possess your husband's corpse?
There are ways to remedy that.
Don't worry. We're going to Hades now.
Oh, it's already been technically remedied. Didn't mean I wanted it to be.
If you told her who she was, she would have fucking given you the means to kill that person. Gleefully.
I already killed that person.
Well, I don't remember that in game, so.
Well, because it didn't